am Iron Man. Alright, let's get started on this first portion of today's session, which is our general warm-up. The fun thing today is we'll start with extremely slow movement. The second portion will be sitting still, so just passive stretching. And then we'll end today's Okay, so let's get started on today's session. Part number one will be very, very slow and controlled movement. Part number two will be play mobility, just sitting still in positions, trying to find that spot that hurts, try to make it a bit more flexible and mobile. And the third part of today will be very, very fast movement. Now let's get ready on the first one. I have William here to demo. It's the only one I could find. And we're gonna start off with super duper slow air squats and super duper slow inchworms. William, show the people what you have in store for them and I'll talk them through. So he's gonna set up in a regular squat and he's gonna go as slow as he can on the way down. Now we're gonna do this in a 5-minute time frame. So if he takes 5 to 10 seconds on the way down, he's gonna sit there for a full 10 seconds. And 9, 10, he's gonna come up very, very slow. Can you do another one for me? Now, in the actual format that I designed here, the idea is to only do one repetition. So if that repetition takes 30 seconds in total, that is actually perfect. That's exactly the thing that we're looking for. Now, slowly get out of there. Good. Now, if this is hurting your knees because of a current knee injury, I want you to go to a wall that you have nearby. Position your feet in your regular squatting stance and then go slightly above parallel. So with the bottom of your legs, let's call it the hamstrings, are going to be at parallel. 1, 2, 3, that's where you are. And now you just sit there for 30 seconds, if you can manage, instead of the actual one repetition of the squat. So a 30-second wall sit, slightly above parallel. It's very safe on the knees if you place the knees above the ankle and not in front. You can even get the legs forward a bit more if that feels comfortable for you to do. And find a spot that doesn't hurt. Get out of there, William. Thank you, buddy. Movement number one, super slow squats, right? Now, what is movement number two? A super slow inchworm. But in that plank position of the inchworm, we kind of hold that for 10 strong seconds. William, can you face me, please, buddy? Good, good, good. Now, give me that slow inchworm, and then in the plank, give me 10 seconds. Slow, 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 slow. Hold it. He's going to do a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, but then real seconds. And William is now in a regular plank. But if this is too easy for you, you can walk out the hands further. As long as you can have that tight core that he's showing you guys here. From here, after 10 seconds of holding, you're gonna come up very slow. Like very slow. If you can make 100 little movements with the hands, that's better than just 4. Here we go. This is slow movement. So he's thinking about pushing his butt upwards and slowly driving into his heels to get his hamstrings and lower back to fire, and probably even his calves from all the running he does outside. We just showed you 2 very slow movements. The idea is to take a 5-minute AMRAP and alternate between 1 repetition only of the slow squat and then 1 repetition of that inchworm. Both have a 10-second hold. The squat has a 10-second hold in the bottom and the inchworm has a 10-second hold in the plank. I think that doing 1 round should take you a full minute. So a full minute to only do 2 repetitions. William's gonna start this one with you guys. I need you to tag along, and then after he's finished a round, you guys will continue for the remainder of 5 minutes. I know he's ready, I'm not even gonna ask. I know you are ready and you can talk back, so I'm not gonna ask. Doesn't make sense. We start in 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1. Here we go. So the idea here is to really feel what you are doing in that squatting pattern. So feel the pressure in the foot, being in the middle. Make sure there's contact with the heel, the big toe and the little toe. The knee is right over the ankle, right over the toes there. Hips are below parallel. You're sitting nice and upright. And then after the slow 10-second hold, you will go up very, very slow, feeling every inch and portion of your leg actually being utilized in this squatting pattern. Beautiful. You probably have to brace your core as well. Boom, that's a 30-second squat. Boom, how slow can you go? Ludacris can make a song about it. But then it's probably called How Low Can You Go? But that's fine. Alright, William is starting on this very slow inchworm. And like I said, it would be nice if you do a round in at least a minute, but if it takes longer, I'm actually happier. So less rounds here is better, as long as you stick to the 10-second hold. And if you're not holding, you are moving. That is good. That's a very solid plank with the arms in front of the shoulder. His belly is nice and tight. He's going to drive his heels into the floor and his hips to the ceiling once he starts moving up. And I'm also going to provide William with the advice to keep breathing while he's doing this. Very nice, Will. All the way back. That's a very nice rep. So those 2 repetitions almost took a minute and a half. If you can do 3 quality rounds of this, your body temperature will be up, your heart rate will be up, and you will feel nice, warm, and ready for the next segment. See you guys in a second. Bye. We just moved very, very slow for 5 minutes. We're warmed up, I guess we are. Now it is time to start on some classic mobility, which is going to focus on the hips today. Now we'll start with the Samson Stretch for 40 seconds on one side. We take a 15-second break. We'll do the Groiner stretch on the same side for 40 seconds, 15-second break. Then we'll repeat that on the other side, which is already 4 intervals, and then we'll do 2 loops of that in total. Nice, let's get to work. William is ready. You guys get off the couch right away and please join us in this one. William's going to start with his left leg forward. He's going to make a very big and long lunge here. Now in this position, I want him to have his arms overhead, push them to the ceiling, reach up, and he's going to hold this for a full 40 seconds. Now ideally here, your knee is positioned right on top of the ankle with the hips being pushed forward. The back knee is placed at least behind the hips. That's a very important part there. Once the back knee is positioned behind the hip, we actually get a stretch from the quad and the hip flexor there, which is exactly what we're looking for. Keep pressing your arms up into the ceiling. Try to kind of reach back a bit to also open up your thoracic spine. And every once in a while, squeeze your butt because it really helps you forcing that drive into the quads when you're stretching. You got about 10 more seconds left. And then we have a 15-second break. 3, 2, 1. Let's have that quick break. Shake it up. Now he's going to stay on this side here for the stretch. What he's going to do is he's going to have his both elbows slowly going towards the floor next to the front foot. So you can start with that one in 3, 2, 1. Good. Now this will look very different for a lot of you, which is all fine. What you can always do here to make it a bit more comfortable is position the back knee further away. Here we go. You can slide down. Now some of you might be laying on the floor here. The idea is to keep that knee stacked on top of the ankle and to really get yourself lowered as much as possible. You're going to try to like ease into that stretch on one side. Now as you can see, William's protecting his back knee with a pillow. If you have old man knees like he has, I have, I'm not going to say all the names, but a lot of us have old man knees nowadays. You can position something soft underneath that to make sure you can just focus on the stretch, not on the pain in your knee. And rest. Now what is a very simple one here is this was just one side. He's now going to continue doing this on the other side. When he's done the stretches on the other side, then he's going to do it all over again. You guys continue. We'll see you back in a second. Okay, so we should be warmed up and we should feel like ready to move now, okay? The actual workout is going to be pretty damn intense. I'll get to the format later. Now let's have a look at the 3 movements that we need for today's workout. It has some air squats, it has some high knees, and it has some straight leg sit-ups. Obviously, we're going to provide you with injury options and scaling options as well. Now William already did some very, very slow air squats. He's now going to show you his regular air squat here. Now it's the same movement pattern, it's just a bit faster. The good thing here, he's actually showing control. He's not bouncing up and down. He's having his full feet pressed into the floor. He's having his knees coming to his toes. He's having his hips going straight onto his heels. And he's sitting as upright as he possibly can. Beautiful air squats. Now, if he's still bugging with that knee injury that he had in the warm-up as well, I want him to do glute bridges today. So he's going to lay on his back. He's going to have about a 90-degree angle here with the knees. He's going to have his heels pressed into the floor, about a hip-width stance, and he's going to press up his butt up into the ceiling from here. Can you wiggle the toes a bit for me? Yeah, showing that he has all the hamstring and glute engagement going on here, which is beautiful. Come back down to the floor and drive back up. Now what he's trying to do is fold his hips around his belly button, which allows him to keep that nice and flat back throughout doing these glute bridges. You can stand up, buddy. That's good. Now, so that's a good injury substitution for painful knees. Now, Second movement is going to be the high knee. Can you show me the regular high knee? Which is like, it's a running drill. It's a good way of jacking up that heart rate. It's a quick one as well because we only do it for 10 reps in the first round. Rest. Now, important here to realize, I'm not going to make him do this for very long, is you got to make sure that your torso stayed upright throughout the movement. You don't want to lean into that movement. You want to stay as upright as possible. Let the knees come up and forward and not let the heels come back and up. You want to be right here. This is beautiful. If we substitute this for an injury option, it would be injury apartment because you're living in an apartment building on the second floor or something. It can also be just all the impact and all the pressure on the knee or the ankle. In that case, we'll do the Backstreet Boy where we still focus on being upright and we're going to make that nice motion going. Can you show me a couple of Backstreet Boys? Boom, tsk, boom, tsk. I want it that way. Tell me why. That is it. Good. That's the Backstreet Boys. Still having the same motion going on, a bit less dynamic, but still good work of that leg coming all the way up. Beautiful. Third movement and last movement of the workout is going to be a straight leg sit-up. William's going to be positioned on the floor here. He's going to have his leg straight. That's why it's called a straight leg sit-up. Beautiful. Now he's going to show you the easier option first. Arms go all the way back. You reach forward. You touch anywhere close to the toes is fine. Boom, you come back. You reach. Whatever you can touch, you're going to try to be consistent with touching specifically that part every time you do it. Very, very good. Now, to make it slightly harder, you can also do the following. Keep your arms next to the body, and now crunch your way up, come forward, and don't use that swinging momentum to get your body to move. This is harder, and since the reps go up rapidly, by 10 a round, once you're starting doing rounds of 40 to 50 reps, which you will get to, this is going to be a very tough option to do. We showed you 3 movements, controlled squatting, fast high knees, and that straight leg sit-up. Now I'll tell you guys how the format's going to run. You have 15 minutes of an AMRAP, doing 10 reps of each movement. In a second round, you'll do 20 reps of each movement. In a third round, it's going to be 30 reps of each movement. We're going to keep adding 10 around, which will mean in this case that you're probably going to do rounds of 50 to 60 reps of these movements. Hello to volume. Okay, William is ready. I am ready. I have no clue if you're ready, but I'm going to tell you, you are ready. So, 10 seconds to start. Let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and game on. 10 beautiful squats. He is focusing on keeping pressure in the entire foot. I always need you to pick a focus point. I don't care what it is, but you don't just do the movement. You're here at home working out, at least make it work. And make every rep count. 10 repetitions, then the fast high knee. And these will go quick, but they also have a very quick effect. Was that 10? That was a very fast 10. That's good. Even a cameraman's counting people at home. That's beautiful. That's 1 rep at a straight leg sit-up. And look how the tempo changes. Let's say air squatters are medium tempo, high knees are high tempo, and then we have the slow sit-ups. So much fun switching between those tempos in movements. Love it. Once you get to the round of 50 high knees, you guys at home will understand what I mean. Just imagine you have to do 50 Backstreet Boys. That would be something. Okay, so that was 1 round in under a minute. That's not going to stay for long. Let's see where you guys can get up in this workout. Have fun, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.